Prime Minister Justin Trudeau raises the question about you not taking the security clearance. Why aren't you going ahead and taking the security clearance?
It would gag me. It would shut me up and shut me down. I don't want to sign an oath of secrecy and allow Trudeau to decide what I get to see and say. CSIS can tell me right now, today, without any gag order, if there's anyone compromised in my party. So I'm saying, Justin, if you're not afraid, release the names. Tell us who is compromised. Give every Canadian the name of MPs who have been collaborating with foreign interference. And if not, we know that Justin Trudeau is the one who has something to hide. But Trudeau broke our immigration system, allowing massive fraud and corruption in the international student and temporary foreign worker programs, allowing fraud in the refugee system, and growing the population 3 times faster. He's unleashed crime in our communities with catch and release criminal justice. We have massive extortions, assassinations. The Sikh community is under attack. There's no direct flight to Amritsar, even though many other countries have one. Our immigrant professionals are blocked from working in their field. They can't afford homes. Biggest cost in any new home is taxes. And most of those taxes go to the federal government. And that's why today I announced that a Poilievre-led, common-sense conservative government will axe the sales tax, zero GST, on new homes under $1 million.
Can you give us some insights on your today's announcement pledging to eliminate the GST on new homes?
Yes. Well, as you know, after 9 years of Trudeau, housing costs have doubled. They've risen faster in Canada than in any other G7 country. So now 80% of Canadians believe homeownership is just for the very rich. The biggest cost in any new home is taxes. And most of those taxes go to the federal government. And that's why today I announced that a Poilievre-led, common-sense conservative government will axe the sales tax on new homes of under $1 million. That's right, zero GST on new homes under $1 million. This will save a family who buys an $800,000 home, save them $40,000. And $2,200 a year in mortgage payments. So it's a common sense plan to axe the tax and build the homes.
Mm-hmm. So can you also shed some light on the fact that your team has been working on this strategy for how long, and how did you come to this conclusion?
For a very long time, I was the first MP in Parliament to highlight the housing crisis as I realized that costs had doubled under Trudeau and the NDP Liberals. And I've been putting forward common sense plans to build homes people can afford. I'll be incentivizing municipalities to speed up permits, free up land, and cut development taxes. I've said I'll sell off 6,000 federal buildings, thousands of acres of federal land. I'll put more money into the trades so that our youth can get building homes. We need boots, not suits. And the latest installment in my common sense plan is to axe the sales tax on new homes under $1 million.
Mm-hmm. And just last week, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced a new set of plans when it comes to the federal government's immigration policy. What is your take on that?
Trudeau broke our immigration system. He increased immigration by 200% in 1 year. And he did it by allowing massive fraud and corruption in the international student and temporary foreign worker programs, allowing fraud in the refugee system, and growing the population 3 times faster than we grew the housing stock. My common sense plan will end fraud and abuse in the international student, temporary foreign worker, and refugee systems, and I will cap population growth so that we always grow the number of homes, doctors, and jobs faster than the number of newcomers.
Mm-hmm. And Mr. Poilievre, October 29th, it's so-called the deadline day for the federal Liberal government when it comes to their negotiations with Bloc Québécois. Have the Bloc Québécois leaders reached out to you, or you have reached out to them for another no-confidence vote?
We have not yet, but we would like to, because the Bloc has not gotten anything from the Trudeau government, and yet the Bloc keeps voting to keep Trudeau in power. So, look, Trudeau's destroyed our immigration system. He's unleashed crime in our communities with catch-and-release criminal justice. We have massive extortions, assassinations. The Sikh community is under attack. There's no direct flight to Amritsar, even though many other countries have one. Our immigrant professionals are blocked from working in their field. They can't afford homes. This is life after 9 years of Trudeau. And why would the Bloc or anyone else want to keep this hell going on any longer? He's not worth the cost, the crime, or the corruption. It's time for the Bloc to vote with common sense conservatives and to pressure the NDP to join us to vote for a carbon tax election. And in that election, there'll be a simple choice. Do you want the NDP Liberals, who tax your food, punish your work, double your housing cost, and unleash crime in your community, or common sense conservatives who will axe the tax, build the homes, fix the budget, and stop the crime?
Mm-hmm. And Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, in the Parliament or whenever he gets the opportunity, raises the question about you not taking the security clearance, even though you guys or the Conservative Party have been saying that the CIS can, always brief you on that matter. What's your take on that? Why aren't you going ahead and taking the security clearance?
Because it would gag me. It would shut me up and shut me down. I don't want to sign an oath of secrecy and allow Trudeau to decide what I get to see and say. CSIS can tell me right now, today, without any gag order, if there's anyone compromised in my party. They can tell me that today. It's right in the CSIS Act. But they haven't. There's not a single solitary person that CSIS can name to me in my party that has collaborated with foreign interference. By contrast, Justin Trudeau has already been compromised. He's known for many years that in 2 elections, Beijing, the dictatorship in China, has been interfering to help him win and get votes and secure power. He also knew that at least one of his MPs got material assistance from the Beijing's consulate in a nomination race, and he did absolutely nothing about that. He has released intelligence whenever it suits his purpose. So I'm saying, Justin, release the names. If you're not afraid, release the names. Tell us who is compromised. Give every Canadian the name of MPs who have been collaborating with foreign interference. And if not, we know that Justin Trudeau is the one who has something to hide.
Mm-hmm. Anything else you'd like to add in the closing?
Oh, one last thing. I just want to tell your listeners, I grew up in Calgary, in your town, and it was a great upbringing because, the country made me a simple promise, the same promise it made you. You come here, you work hard, you get a house, you get good food in a safe neighborhood. It's a very simple deal. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy. Just come here, work hard, you get food, you get a home in a great neighborhood. That promise is broken today, but I'm going to bring home that promise because I want every single kid, regardless of whether their name is Martin or Mohammed, Smith or Singh, Poilievre or Patel, who works hard to get a good food and a good home in a safe neighborhood, whether it's Forest Lawn or Ogden or Shaughnessy. That's the future we're going to have for everybody.
Thank you so much once again for joining us.
Thank you. Bye now.